4.5 billion years ago, in an unremarkable corner of the cosmos, something extraordinary was about to begin. A ball of molten rock, spinning in the void, would eventually become our home. But the journey from that burning chaos to the world we know today is a story of transformation. A story written not in years, but in the language of deep time itself. If we were to compress Earth's entire 4.5 billion year history into a single day, a 24-hour clock, the first 3 hours would be unrecognizable. A hellscape of fire and chaos, the four elements in their rawest form. Fire burning from the planet's molten core. Earth slowly solidifying into a crust. Water condensing from the atmosphere into the first boiling oceans. And wind, a toxic soup of gases, utterly hostile to life as we know it. Yet within this chaos lay the seeds of order, the building blocks of everything that would follow. For billions of years, life remained microscopic, invisible. The planet's surface was a laboratory of evolution, testing, refining, building complexity from simplicity. But then something remarkable happened. Trees. These silent engineers transformed the planet. Their roots broke down rock into soil. Their leaves pulled carbon from the air and released oxygen. They anchored water to the land and created the conditions for all terrestrial life. On our 24-hour clock, trees arrived at around 9:15 p.m. Yet in that single moment, they changed everything. And then came humanity, not as a force of nature, but as builders, engineers. We learned to harness the elements one by one. First, fire. Our ancestors discovered that by controlling this primal force, they could cook their food, extend their day, and gather together in warmth and safety. Fire was our first infrastructure, our first leap toward consciousness. Then came water. We learned to harness rivers, to direct their flow, to create irrigation systems that turned deserts into farmland. With water, we could settle, we could build cities, we could create the first great civilizations along the Nile, the Tigris, the Euphrates, then roads and horses, infrastructure that connected people across vast distances, trade routes that linked continents. With each new infrastructure, we expanded our reach, our knowledge, our consciousness. Ships carried us across oceans, connected distant lands, brought knowledge, goods and ideas to every corner of the globe. Then came the great acceleration, the loom, the railway, the engine. In just 150 years, a mere blink on our 24-hour clock, we transformed human civilization more profoundly than in all the millennia before. We harnessed steam. We built networks of iron and steel. We moved goods and people at speeds our ancestors could never have imagined. The 20th century brought us into the atomic age. We split the atom. We reached for the stars. We built networks of communication that spanned the globe. Each relay, each infrastructure brought us closer to something unprecedented, a unified consciousness. A planet connected not just by roads and railways, but by information itself. And now, in 2026, we stand at the threshold of something entirely new, the final seconds before midnight on our 24-hour clock. The last 6 years have brought more transformative change than entire centuries of the past. We are witnessing the convergence of all our infrastructure into a unified field of consciousness. Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, neural networks, real-time global awareness. We have created systems that think, learn, and adapt. Systems that connect billions of minds across the planet instantaneously. But with this power comes a profound responsibility. The infrastructure we have built, the highways, the power grids, the internet, the AI systems, these are not ends in themselves. They are means to an end. The end is human flourishing. The end is planetary health. The end is consciousness itself, elevated and expanded. We stand at a crossroads. The infrastructure is in place. The knowledge is available. The tools are at hand. But what we do with them, that is the question that will define our age. As a civil engineer, I have spent my career understanding how infrastructure shapes civilization, how the placement of a road, the design of a bridge, the flow of water, these seemingly technical decisions ripple through society in ways both seen and unseen. But infrastructure is not merely concrete and steel. It is the systems we build, physical, digital, social and intellectual, that allow us to survive, to thrive and ultimately to transcend our limitations. The Infrastructure Odyssey is a call to see the world through this lens, to understand that every system we build is a step on a journey that began 4.5 billion years ago with molten rock and chaos, and continues today with the convergence of human and artificial intelligence. It begins with observation. See the infrastructure around you. Understand the systems that sustain you. Energy, water, food, information, transportation. Look deeper. Then comes education. Learn the principles. Understand how these systems work and interconnect. Knowledge is the foundation of change, then application. Take what you have learned and apply it to the great challenges of our time. Climate change, resource scarcity, inequality, existential risk. These are not problems for governments or corporations alone. They are problems for all of us. And finally, thesis. Develop a philosophy, a coherent worldview that integrates technology, ecology, and human flourishing. Articulate a new paradigm for human-AI coexistence and planetary stewardship. The elemental clock ticks toward midnight. We are living in the final moments before the convergence. The question is not whether this transformation will happen. It is already happening. The question is, what will we do with it? The pen is in our hands. The infrastructure is in place. The moment is now. This is our Infrastructure Odyssey, from calories to consciousness, from the molten chaos of the Hadean Eon to the hyper-connected complexity of 2026. The journey continues.